Hey, what's going on, guys? We're running coming back into the video. Today we're going to be taking a look at Richie Maio. Before we get into this, guys, remember to like, subscribe, comment down below, and check out the podcast. Richie Maio, junior, defensive end, tight end for East Hampton. Let's check him out to see how he does. And yeah. Okay. You see right here, this is something he definitely needs to work on right here, is being able to throw off of his guys, because you see he tries to throw him off right here, and he's leaning back right here, and this is the position that you never want to be in as a lineman. He has you straight up. You don't want to be like this. He's straight up right here, and they have full control of you. No matter how strong you are, it'll take you a lot of energy to throw him off, and he really can't throw him off that well. Like you see, he tries to throw him off, you know, and that's something that he's got to work on. Is just because he right away he gave the guy his opponent his chest. And that's something that you can't do, is give your opponent your chest, because you were standing up and he almost went down. He was able to re-coordinate himself, but he stood straight up and he gave his opponent his chest. He's you usually see that he's physical. You know, but definitely needs to work on just not giving his opponent his chest sometimes, because that seems like the one thing that he is a major flaw with him. Is right here, does a nice job, has distance, but there are times where he's giving his opponent his chest, and it's just not something that you want to do, is give your opponent your chest, because when they have control of your chest, they have control of your body. And when they have control of your body, they can take you wherever you want to go. You want to go one way, they'll push you that way and take you off the field. Does a nice job, does a nice swim move, able to get over him, makes a tackle for a loss right there. Does a nice job right here, pushes the guy off, but definitely gets a nice job right here. Definitely, like, this lineman, like, he's creating space right here easily. Creates a huge amount of space for thinking that the quarterback, so the quarterback thinks that he has room to run up right here, and he's filling that hole right there and makes him go back out the other way. But what I don't like to see is when because when you're grabbing his jersey like this, he's not being he's just grabbing his jersey. It's this. That's not football. That's just tossing somebody around, right? Oh wait, no, he's on offense right now. Does a nice job actually right here. Gets lower than his opponent. Is being very physical with him. Stays low right there. Does a nice job. What I don't like is right here. You take a look. He stands. He comes up out of his stance. He's almost vertical right here, and doesn't really takes a while for him to realize to come that it's on the play to, like, come and pursue the guy, and sometimes that it won't pay off. Does a nice job, comes up. Like, he definitely, what I don't like right here is he comes up. This guy's putting his shoulder down. You cut inside, or you go outside and force this quarterback to, like, go around. He doesn't need to make contact. This guy's not looking at him. Can easily make a play right here. Could have made it a lot sooner. Didn't even need to touch 3 right there. And that's something, it's silly, but it's true. He didn't need to touch him. This isn't a big block. You can easily see that this is just like he lightly hits him. Guys running, it's very hard to stay on your feet when you're running. Right here, all he needs to do is just hold you for a little bit. He doesn't really need to stick with you for that long. Yeah, you make a play, but your teammate gets there first. This is, if he doesn't knock the ball out. No, this is a play, like, he doesn't get in the end zone. You see this ball right here? You hit that out of his hand. That's something you gotta do. I don't care if you're behind him. Like, you see that he's trying to reach, you knock that ball out of his hand. does a nice job. He's able to get upfield right here. This play, he does a nice job. You take a look on this play. Able to come upfield. They just went right past him. Nobody really blocked him. Able to get up, make a play right here. What I don't like right here, you take a look. You see how slow he gets, and look at his hands on this play. This is not like what I like to see. Everybody's already up. He shoots his hands back to get his the end right here. Already has hands on him. You do not want this. He uses his physicality, but still, the guy that he's blocking makes the play. He was super slow off his out of his stance on that play. His opponent had control of him, and his opponent actually made the play right there. I get it, they got a gain out of it, but still, you never want your opponent to be the first one to grab your hands, especially on offense, because the snap count. They don't. When the ball is coming out. They don't, so you should be the first one to make contact with them. This is a double team, so I'm not gonna say it, but he's super coming off the ball offensively. He's super slow off the ball, and it's just something that he could definitely improve on is just getting off the ball a lot faster offensively, because that can change can change the momentum of the game if you're very fast off the ball. Does an okay job right here. This is it. You know, Definitely just lowers his shoulder. Doesn't extend his arms right there. This kid's you can usually he's a solid ball player. You can easily see that. Just one thing is just like offensively, he needs to get out of his stance a lot faster, because we've seen so many times where he's super slow off the ball, and that one play, you block him, but still your opponent's able to get inside of you before you're even out of your stance, and out of your stance, if you have your hand like this, take this hand up like that, like don't don't go, and don't try and jolt back, because it's a wasted motion. It's not helpful. It's hard to learn to not do that. I know, but working on that is definitely going to help you out a lot, and getting out of your stance is going to help him out a lot, because just doing that is going to change how you're able to play. Because if you get your hands on your opponent's chest first, it's difficult for them to get control over you. When the first person to make contact, normally the first person that makes contact is the one that has control. And that's something that he definitely needs to improve on, is just trying to get to his opponent first. No matter how strong you are, no matter what, getting to your opponent first is always the thing that you need to want to do as a lineman, is get to your opponent first, so you get control of them so they can't get off of you. And that's something that he definitely needs to improve on for his senior season. But guys, remember to like, subscribe, comment down below, and check out the podcast. Peace.